Hey guys, I'm Ryan.
I'm Adam.
And this is Two Neighbors. So Adam, what are we checking out today?
Alright, we have a very special My Request, and this My Request is from Drayden. What up, Drayden? Thank you for all your comments on our channel. We do see them, and we saw some My Requests from you, and that is why we're doing this video. And we are doing What If Canada Joined the US? More like What If the US Joined Canada?
There you go.
How about that, huh?
What do you guys think about that, eh?
Look at, we already got the new flag.
We got the flag.
That's what it's gonna look like.
It's actually be a good flag, I think.
It would. Just put a couple, like the actual rest of it.
Yeah, with the Canada red.
Yeah, with the Canada red. So yeah, that's why we're doing this video. Hashtag My Request for Drayden. Thank you so much for your comments. Before we begin, guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, Two Neighbors. It takes 2 seconds of your time, and don't forget to turn on that little bell for notifications because we post content a fair amount, and we don't want you to miss it. And as always, check out okanswag.com, punch in Two Neighbors in the coupon code at checkout, and get 20% off plus free shipping, and pay no tax on some sweet Canadian swag.
Yeah, you can be the first one on your street to have the new Canada-America flag.
There you go.
You'll
Get it
be
while it's hot. Get it while it's hot. All right, Ryan, you ready to hit it?
So we're gonna get a very Canadian perspective of what if Canada joined the US,
or if Canada or
US joined Canada. Leave your comments down below. Let us know what you guys think.
The United States and Canada, despite being two separate countries, share a lot of things. They share a border, language, values, geography. They trade freely thanks to the 1987 Free Trade Agreement. The US and Canada are basically BFF, at least more so than any other two countries on Earth. But what would happen if Canada suddenly decided it was better off becoming part of the US? That's exactly what we're going to talk about right now on Life's Biggest Questions. Hello and welcome back to LBQ.
I didn't know it was one of Life's Biggest Questions, but I
didn't know that either.
Subscribe and tell us in the comment section a question you have always wanted to know the answer to.
Okay.
Did you know that America once invited Canada to join the United States? In March of 1781, as part of America's first constitution, the United States officially invited Canada to join them with no strings attached. At the time, Canada was not what it is today. Only Ontario and Quebec were considered Canada, and there were only about 166,000 residents. But one condition for joining the US was Canada would have to end their relationship with Great Britain. Evidently, they didn't really want to do that. British colonists in Canada didn't want to leave the crown, and during the American Revolution, the Continental Army tried to invade Canada. So that didn't really sit too right with Canadians. The United States then tried to invade Canada a second time in 1812, and Canadians responded by burning down the White House. So since then, the idea of the two countries merging was a bit of a shot in the dark.
People would argue it was the British.
To ignore the past.
They could.
And Canada joined the United States. The new country will be bigger than South America in size. It would have a population of 361 million people. Perhaps one of the biggest benefits to joining forces is America's new economy would be bigger than that of the European Union. Canada has substantial natural resources that remain untouched. There are staggering amounts of oil and gas, minerals and metals, water and land. The United States would be able to use those resources rather than importing them from other countries. It would also mean that anyone who lived in the two former countries would be able to live and work anywhere. There would be countless job opportunities, business opportunities, and educational opportunities. Canadians could move south to warmer climates. Americans could move north to enjoy more space. And obviously,
space, not the cold.
If Canada and the United States joined forces, Canada would enjoy the protection of their new military. China
we already do.
$1 trillion worth of untapped oil and natural gas. Global temperatures are causing the ice to retreat, and that's opening up a new sea and trade route. Russia has already begun to build military installations and facilities. In the next few years, it's going to be pretty imperative that Canada and the United States do the same. All of this being said, there would definitely be some difficulties if Canada decided to join the US. For starters, Canada and the US are very different when it comes to ideals. Canada is far more liberal than the US. The two countries have different styles of governments, legal systems, healthcare, gun laws, and tax systems. Would the United States be able to strengthen their gun control laws? Would the United States adopt universal health care? The answer to those questions is probably not. If Canada joined the US, Canadians would have to get used to the way the United States works and its values. It's unlikely that Canadians would ever accept relaxed gun laws and no free health care. There would obviously be backlash and riots, because finding a political common ground would be extremely difficult. Merging two complex entities is always difficult. Canada and the United States are two separate countries with strong identities. They are incompatible politically and socially. That being said, both countries are great countries and they don't need to join forces. They're great allies. From a military standpoint, Canada is already protected by the US, so Canada essentially doesn't have a lot to gain. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? What do you think would happen if Canada joined the United States? Let us know in the comments below. For now, I'm Charlotte Dobre, and you've been watching.
Thanks, Charlotte.
Thank you, Charlotte Dobre.
Well, I mean, she said it there. Like, we have a lot of different ideals, but they're not gonna exactly match up. Like, I mean, we call it free healthcare. Obviously, it's not free. You know, we pay into it, but it's a great thing to have for your country and your fellow countrymen, those who have the advantage of having financial gains and others don't, but they still have the right to get treatment if they need it. I think that's a very important one. The gun laws especially.
Yep. I think like one of the big benefits I've always admired in the US, like the US to me, like a lot of the population seems very transient, and that like people have no problem moving across the country to go live here, and then they'll go live there, and it's like, you know, one of the most transient cities probably in all the world might be Las Vegas, where when I go to Vegas and I talk to people, like a lot of people that work there and live there, there's very, very few people born and raised in Nevada. They come from, you know, the Midwest and from Florida and from New York and all over the place, and it's like people don't mind just moving here. Where I find Canada, people move in Canada a lot of times, you know, they'll move out to BC or they'll move to Toronto, move to like the major metropolitans, but there's not as much movement. Like you don't just wake up one day and say, I'm gonna move to like rural Saskatchewan. You just don't do it.
You just don't do that.
But I love that aspect, and I would love to be able to just say, hey, you know what? Different chapter of my life, I'm gonna move to California for a bit. Or I'm gonna move to whatever, Nebraska or whatever, like, you know.
But yeah, I mean, she said it here, it's just not gonna happen. We're too different, but all too the same at the same time.
Yes.
So there's a lot of perks.
We're great neighbors.
We are great neighbors, and I think it stays that way.
Two neighbors.
And like you said, we're two neighbors, exactly.
Spelled the Canadian way.
The Canadian way, exactly. But yeah, we get a lot of the benefits of America, because, such as like, you know, having them as our big brothers that are well equipped to take care of the military things, and we do a lot of the talking.
It's like going into grade 9 in high school, and your big brother just happens to be in grade 12, and he happens to be jacked and own a baseball bat.
Exactly. So that's good. So we have that benefit.
Yeah.
So why change it? Why ruin a good thing, as she said?
There you go.
So great. Thank you very much, Drayden. We really appreciate my request. Guys, if you have a request, hashtag my request like Drayden did down in the bottom comment section with the URL link, and hashtag it my request, and we'll do our best to get to that video. And as always, check out okanswag.com, punch in two neighbors, the coupon
get your
code,
flag.
and get 20% off plus free shipping and pay no tax on some sweet Canadian swag.
Represent the unity of our two great nations.
Love it, love it. That's it for our show today, guys. Thanks for joining us. Oh, and Ryan, anything else to add?
Yeah, like the video, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button when you hit it. Make sure you turn on that bell for notifications, because we post new content all the time and we don't want you guys to miss it.
That's it for our show. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Later, guys.